Garden of Terror, the first map in the playoffs of Meta Madness. We're finally here, everybody. The playoffs have been reached. Now, we still have best of 3 matches in the first round. The first round of the winner bracket and the first round of the loser bracket are best of 3. Everything else is best of 5 matches now. So we're going to get all the craziness pretty soon here. And we have so many more heroes now banned. So just a quick reminder, in qualifier number 5, which was the last qualifier for Meta Madness, we had, I believe, 18 heroes banned. Now it's 22. 22 heroes are pre-banned and cannot be taken anymore. In addition to that, we have also still the rule that every hero can only be played once, so chaos will ensue 100%. It's gonna be awesome. Our first match is the Enjoyers against Team Ash, and I honestly cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. The playoffs are going to be amazing. Now, there's also a slight change to the banned heroes. I talked about this a lot actually during the qualifier, so you might have heard it already. But the top sub-gifters on Twitch, the top 3, they were able to safeguard 1 hero. And the heroes that were saved is Abatha. We had a save on Sylvanas, and unfortunately one of the top 3 gifters never replied to my message, so I safeguarded the Lost Vikings then in his stead. Which for some reason ended up in the ban list? Are you people crazy? You want to ban the Vikings? We have to have a talk. Like, some of you are highly suspicious here, so yeah. But okay, so we have 22 heroes banned, as you can already see, and honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty epic, and I am all here for it with this. So we'll see what exactly is happening, what we're getting here. But yeah, it's going to be glorious. So Garden of Terror again kicks us off. Sylvanas is immediately banned, as she should in this case. We have ETC, Zeratul, and Uther also taken apart. And I think Sylvanas is going to be highly contested here. Her being saved, I mean, she's a premium pick already when we're talking about normal tournament rules. Obviously, she's also going to be an absolute high-level pick when we're talking about the Meta Madness concept. So expect her to be banned out fairly regularly. Or, on the other hand, that somebody is going to try and just lock her in very, very quickly. I mean, at the same time, we have Dehaka and Falstad taken. Dehaka is still up, and Nubarak actually got banned now too. And it's interesting that on the first map, immediately 2 of the globals are taken here. So Dehaka is out, Falstad is out, and as our next pick, let's see what we get. I mean, they're already hesitating. And here's Tyrande. Okay, Tyrande is in the house. As always, the question, by the way, how do the players even keep up with all of this? I mean, going from game to game, more heroes are being banned, keeping those 22 pre-bans in mind. We are literally running an Excel list for them. So there's an Excel list that they get that they can make a copy of, where they can just tick off which hero has been played in their matches so that they always know which heroes are still available. Usually also sorted by roles so that they have a good idea, okay, what are we still having available in regards to healers, which tanks are still there, what melees. And that helps a lot with the drafting and makes sure that there's very little errors. If somebody, of course, accidentally picks a hero that is already banned out, then the draft is just getting restarted. Same pick up to that point where the mistake was made, and then the draft continues. Happens very rarely. I think in the qualifiers it happened maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and given that we had 5 qualifiers, so 10 days of matches, that's a pretty good track record there. Varian and Stukov, so already going into a sniper combo for the Enjoyers. And, well, with Tyrande, technically, Team Ash could do a very similar strategy. They just need somebody on the tank side that can start things off with a decent stun and then some additional follow-up. So, we'll see what we're getting there. Sonya gets banned out. She's obviously really strong on mercenary camps, so that's pretty important. You want to have heroes that are capable of just taking out some of the mercenary camps as quickly as possible. So that's a good choice here as well. We'll see what exactly they're going to do to adjust to it. In a normal world, you would go for Hogger, for example, but he is obviously already pre-banned, so not really a problem. We get Stitches, and there we go. Stitches hook into Tyrande's stun. Possibly a Gorge follow-up from Stitches first, before the stun comes out. And then Jaina with all of the damage right there. That's actually a pretty cool setup for them right now. So, alright. We'll see how they're going to play this one out. In the meantime, the final 2 picks for the red team for our first map in the playoffs. So what do we get from Arian and from Alvaros? They still need damage. They have no range damage right now. They have their side laner, they have their main tank, so the core of the composition is set. Here comes Samuro in game number 1, and we get Tigers. I like it. Nice. Okay, Morenas, the final pick. As mentioned before, we need the side laner for them on Garden of Terror, with Sonya banned out. Question still remains, what are they gonna go for? It's obviously still a fair amount of choices, but it's really just... The problem is that you want to have somebody that can deal with mercenary camps, ideally. And they go for Zul. So yes, he definitely has the wave clear to help them here. Garden of Terror, everybody. Our first map in the playoffs. So let's go. Team Ash against the Storm League Enjoyers. Game number 1, Team Ash against the Enjoyers, the blue team, kicking things off in the playoffs with Bishops on Stitches, Renella on Tyrande, we got Lopaka on Falstad, Morenas on Jaina, and Shizakit is playing Zul. Going straight into Shade as his level 1 choice, whereas the Enjoyers over on the right side of the map in red are starting things off with Labekal on Stukov, we have Arian on Samuro, we're getting Varian played by Itrax, Ether is playing the Haka in the meantime, and we get Tychus with the typical grenade build played by Alvaros. So, let the games begin. Playoffs are up, and now the teams are, of course, playing for the prize pool of $2,000 that we have here at Meta Madness 8. As I mentioned before, the prize pool this time completely put up by myself, so I'm financing this tournament myself since we don't have a big sponsor or anything. And this leads us into the final tournament for this year, so a little bit of a Christmas present for the Heroes of the Storm community as we are heading into the playoffs, which will stretch over 2 weekends. So we're going to have tons and tons of games. In the qualifiers, we always in the early rounds were picking and choosing which games we're going for. But here in the playoffs, of course, everything is going to be casted. Every single one of them. Down to the bottom of the map, we have 3-man rotating right now. The idea behind this is obviously that you're trying to go for the quick kills. Nice Stitches hook and then a stun from Tyrande. Jaina's coming in for some extra damage. There's a little bit of a swap happened between the draft and the game, of course, with Shizakit now playing Zul. And Bishops on Stitches, which is actually really interesting too. Now, just as a little bit of a reminder, Bishops is usually the one that in any normal tournament would try to go for either Hanzo, Chromie, Cassia, just a couple of the heroes that he normally aims for. And in this case now, they are literally playing him on one of the tanks at the front. So already tons of craziness here. As we have the teams going for the camps at the 1 minute mark. This is like the first thing that happens. Everybody is immediately jumping in and trying to get some lane control established that would help them to start things off here. Yeah, down to the bottom of the map, obviously. We're also now having this camp being in position. So they're trying to use the mercenaries, the bruiser camp, to maybe do some initial damage against that wall. Level 4 talents are kicking in, and with that, oh well, there's a problem for Tychus. He gets the heal from Stukov, but that could have backfired quickly. As you can note on the top and mid lane, what we have now is on each one hero pushing, so it's a 3-man at the bottom of the map. It's not really your typical split that you're seeing on Garden of Terror, but at least for now, it seems to be working. The globals are up against each other and could join the bot lane fight at any point, particularly the Haka, of course. But yeah, nice dodge by Lopaka. That was kind of important. That dodge was pretty good. If he would have been dragged along by the Haka, that would have been the end of it. But instead, it is Tychus at the bot lane that falls. Kill number 1. First blood for Team Ash. As they are getting a little bit farther ahead here in this game in an attempt, of course, to make it to the next round of the winner bracket. Now we're down to the top 8 teams. Down to the top 8, and we'll see who's able to win it here. By now, we got Taunt as the level 4 talent, so Varian is now an actual hero. Yeah, he's all grown up now. We got One with the Wind and the Way of the Wind. So much wind. There's a lot of wind in Valencia currently as well. It's still nice and warm. I mean, even here in December, during midday when the sun's out, we have like 20 degrees. In the morning it's a lot colder though, but the wind is a bit bananas. So yeah, way more wind than I'm comfortable with. I mean, I can deal with it for now, but it feels like we have a little Samuro running around somewhere in the city because, yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of that. Hook, stun, and good damage from... Ooh, yes, there we go. Nice. Nice kill against Varian. Going for the frost shards here, that was important. The level 4 talent allowing them to still get the kill on him. So, job well done. And that is the second kill, of course, now for Team Ash. But that was a pretty sexy one right there. Now, in the meantime, we have some action happening down at the bottom of the map. They didn't go straight away for the seed, but instead started to take that wall down. And with a lot of success, I might add. So they're about to take down that gate. Finally, some vision granted what's happening behind it. But taking the first tower down was also important. The Haka is now coming in on the other hand, and that's a different story. So he moves in immediately. They're already looking to get a kill here with the Haka and the entire 5-man. The next goal would, of course, be to lock that first seed in for the team. But while this happens, Falstad has now taken the Siege Giants at the top, and Zul is just wrecking that top lane. That's the big problem right there. So, nicely done. I mean, again, like, he gets the side wall, he gets the main gate. Yeah, did he stay too long? Does Shizaki die here? He might, honestly. Yeah, this doesn't look too great. Down at the bottom of the map, they're fighting for the seed, so he is still occupying 2 heroes. And that means that while he falls, they could get a counter kill at the bottom of the map, which centers all around the Siege Giants. Tychus has fallen, and Varian apparently has a death wish. I have no idea why Itrex is still staying there. He has no chance of winning this, so now Varian is dead. To be fair, he nearly killed Falstad, so that would have at least been a trade, but they lost the Siege Giant regardless, and now they're also going to lose the seed. So after 5 minutes, I think it's fair to say Team Ash is just doing a bit better. They got the first seed, they have done a bit more structural damage, even though I have to admit that particularly Samuro is doing a decent job here in the middle of the map. But now there are, of course, 4 kills for the blue team in play. We have only 1 for their opponents, the early level 10. This is bridgeable, you can still recover from here, but it's the blue team off to a good start. Get a few more camps, try and get some more damage done here. Getting those Siege Giants was also important. And of course at the top, damage has been dished out too. Samuro heading into Bladestorm as his level 10 choice. So some adjustments being made here. More wave clear for them too, through that. And on the side of Varian, we now get Warbringer. But besides it, most of the team still rotating for camp after camp. I mean, you can't really blame any of them to play this a little bit safer. If you followed the qualifiers, then you've already seen that the Enjoyers, but particularly Team Ash, is usually insanely aggressive, likes to invade opponents' camps a lot more regularly, and is looking for fights. But since this is the playoffs now, this is a little bit different. When you are playing in the qualifiers, then you know that you can lose a qualifier. You gather maybe a few points and make it in the grand final, but it still is getting you a step closer towards your goal of hitting the playoffs. But now here, every single map that you win matters. Every single one of them. You don't want to drop down into that losers bracket too early. So yeah, we'll see which team is able to be successful. But look at these hooks. Hook is out. Morenas though with a cooldown that didn't do any damage. There's the stun, but nicely done. So Ether is able to walk away from this. Itrex came in with a quick taunt, but it's not over yet. Good gust into the corner. More damage from Jaina, and Stukov is dead. Stukov is down, and so is the Haka. They kill him late, but kill him they do. So now we have 6 kills to 1, and this should guarantee them the second seed up here to the top. Look at Jaina, how quickly she is with a simple rotation of her cooldowns, able to take all of these Guardians out. So yes, well done. Has to head back for mana. Down at the bottom of the map, Falstad is defending. But this is now 6 kills to 1, 1 level ahead, and just a fantastic start for the blue team into game number 1. With Zul threatening the top lane even further, and this will now also finally, for the first time, result in some fort damage. The birdie at the bottom of the map gets taunted, and yep, there we go. Varian charges in and softly whispers into Falstad's ear, "You are just an oversized chicken." And then the bird goes full bananas and just attacks, and yeah, that's it. How else am I supposed to think a taunt works? I mean, seriously, you come in and then you make the other guy so mad that he just loses all reason and starts attacking you. I mean, there's like a couple of things that Varian can definitely do. I mean, rumor has it that he sometimes misplaces taunt slightly. So, for example, one time, honestly, when he was playing against Anduin, he comes in and then it was like immediately, "Your mother was a whore." Yeah, Dad. But yeah, that's just rumors. I can neither deny or confirm. It's a story that's out there, and that's people are saying that happened. Like, I don't know if it's true. But yeah, anyways, Varian, talking about Taunt Boy, is being hit here. And they can maybe go for another kill. Odin is already getting popped, but if he doesn't get a heal, then he's definitely going to fall. And Lavakal is not going to get anywhere close to this. So the quest for Jaina is completed. They get the kill on Varian, and with the third... Oh, Stitch is working overtime with those hooks, hooking Odin. Bye-bye, Tychus. And yeah, that is rough. That is really rough right now. Another hook again. I mean, first of all, they're obviously gonna get Garden Terrors here. But with that hook and that potential stun, the only thing that they're missing here is some extra damage. But they're not getting that. Top lane, the attack is still coming. And here come the Garden Terrors. Another hook against Lavakal. Damn, Stukov must really like Stitches. I mean, honestly, at this point, you gotta think that Stukov has a thing for Stitches. I think we might actually look a little bit at a romance play. If you, he's letting himself getting hooked at this point. He just wants to be close to him. That's all we're seeing here. Another charge from Varian. All right. Yeah, Stitches and Stukov is the gay love story that you never knew you wanted, but Blizzard is still giving it to you. Now we got level 16 on the board. We have 9 kills to 2, and these hooks are getting bananas. Look at this! He's getting hooked again! I told you! I told you! He's letting himself getting hooked. There is no way that hook hits if Stukov doesn't want it to. But Stukov is there's like, ooh. He just wants to be close to Stitches. I'm telling you. People say it's a conspiracy theory. Don't believe them. This is the forbidden love that Blizzard does not want you to know about. Clearly on purpose. Clearly on purpose. Alright. 10 kills to 2. 2 levels ahead. And Team Ash is crushing it. I mean, we can fun around a bit here, but Team Ash is clearly crushing it at this point. We now have them with a 1.5 level lead. They have 10 kills to 2. They have Garden Terrors that they're using here. Falset is flying out, has to save himself. But the fort at the top has already been destroyed. In the middle it's falling. At the bottom it's gone a long time ago. And this means the entire outer ring of defense is gone on such a big map. And that makes a difference. That makes a big difference. They can go for the camps now as well. Can grab them quickly. But yeah, 18,000 damage for Samuro. Top damage in the game now. And I honestly think that I mean, what exactly can the red team do? They need to be a bit aggressive and try and force some fights here and win them. Now that they have level 16 talents, they can fight on eye level with the opponent. The banner of Stormwind is in. And we got the Super Strain over here. Yeah, Dehaka, he has a lot of work ahead of him. He needs to be the one on the side lane that gives them experience, that just takes these waves out. And he's doing a decent job at the top lane, so yeah, that's so far pretty decent. But Bishops, he's been having a lot of success with those hooks and the attacks that they've been running. Now, we got the Numbing Blast for Jaina. We also got the Afterburner over here with Tyrande now adding Empower. So she is starting to get some serious damage out with these owls as well. And let's not forget that Falsight is sitting at 62 stacks, so it's not really too bad for Lopaka. He has a lot of mobility talents that he can use here, so they shouldn't be able to catch him all that easily. Might still be able to lock him down at some point, but at least for now, they're gonna be fine. Another kill attempt. Oh, Dehaka going for Tyrande, and the Gust is out immediately. And also really nice follow-up once again, of course, from Jaina. These hooks are absolutely murdering it. Bishops, damn. I mean, Bishops went in, and he is getting... honestly, he's absolutely on point with this. The Russian-Ukrainian team over here. Look at him! Look at him! I mean, honestly, I think he prepared for the game by getting a couple of cups of vodka. Oh, Khaldor, when I drink vodka, I eat every hook. It's so easy. Like, it's too easy. And they're getting kills. Look at this shit. Finally, Tyrande goes down. They're getting a double kill after that. Bishops is crushing it, and the rest of the team is following up on every opportunity that he gives them. So now they took down 4 heroes on the red team side. And damn. Color me impressed. That was pretty sexy right there. First of all, this is the 4th seed that they're now getting. And in the meantime, yeah, this, I mean, 40 kills to 3, I don't know what you want me to tell you. That's literally all you gotta know at this point. Oh boy, it's crazy. I mean, they have level 20 by now. They got level 20 with the Mortal Wound. We have the Shooting Star over here for Tyrande. And Stitches went into the Master Hooker on level 20. So yeah, it's kind of bonkers. They are crushing this. Game number 1 at least. I don't know if the enjoyers are awake yet or not. If I mean, maybe a coffee between game number 1 and game number 2 would help. But right now they're losing ground and they're losing it quickly. With another seed now spawning, this could potentially be taken. But they go for the Haka again. Of course, Vicious hits another hook. Like, why wouldn't he? This one, I mean, again, this is already like short distance, so I don't even count it anymore. But he's been getting those long distance hooks time and time again. So this game, there's another one. I mean, has he missed anyone? Honestly, at this point, if Bishops misses a hook, it's just because he wants the rest of us to feel a little bit better. Like, what? I mean, some of these are easy, granted, but still, every hook is a hit. It's kind of crazy. So right now, it's just bonkers. There's another quick hit happening, 15-3. And yeah, this is where we're heading now, straight in for the keep in the middle of the map. Down at the bottom, Falset is obviously pushing this one out. We're still having some extra pressure coming now also from the mid lane. And yeah, I mean, it seems to be working pretty nicely for them, honestly. The keep in the middle about to be destroyed. Red team needs level 20. It's one level that they have to bridge there. I mean, seriously. What did Tyrande do? What did he try and stun there, by the way? So yeah, now they go for Ether, and there's another one. I feel bad for them. I feel really bad for them. He missed one. There was nobody there. He only threw this out to make the rest of us feel better for not hitting every single hook in the game. So yeah. Look at the damage output. 40,000 for Jaina. We now got 30,000 for Samuro. And they are just crushing it. If that minion wave doesn't spawn, he hits another one, I think. So Falset has pushed out the bot lane just a little bit to see what he can get done there. And now the move here is still happening for the next camp. They're dominating the entire map. I mean, they're literally painting it blue. Look at the minimap. The only thing that you see is like blue, blue, blue everywhere. They're taking camp after camp after camp. Now they're moving over to their own side. Do even have to mention that the red team hasn't taken a single seed yet. It's been literally 5 seeds in a row now for Team Ash. So unless they're totally inting here, they should be able to win this one. Then again, we have seen some crazy throws in the qualifiers. Now this is the playoffs, so I would assume that all of the teams are a lot more eager to just play it safely and bring it home, but you never know. By now we have the Wind Strider here for Samuro. We get Contagion. Another hook, of course, why not? Another hook, another hit, another stun, and Itrax is dead. Falls dead with a gust, straight into tower range. Bam, Stukov is dead, and there we go. They get another 2 heroes eliminated. Now they go for Samuro, and he is dead as well. Let's get ready for the 5-man team wipe. As the entire team gets murdered, it started like this, and absolutely crazy. Look at this Gust. Gust coming in with a vengeance and forcing a fight that they definitely didn't want to battle. Now it's a play for Core, and that's game number 1. Team Ash with the lead in this best of 3 series here at the playoffs of Meta Madness number 8. What a statement. 21 kills to 3. Pretty impressive performance by Team Ash as we are about to head into a game number 2. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2, the playoffs, they continue. Our series here, our best of 3, quick reminder. First round in the winner and the loser bracket are still best of 3. Everything else is best of 5. We got Team Ash in the lead against the Enjoyers. 22 heroes are completely banned out. And we have an additional 10 that cannot be played anymore because they have already been played in the first game. Now, I would assume that one thing we can soon see is Stitch's ban against Bishops, because that guy went bonkers. I mean, that was nuts. Bishops was absolutely crushing it on that hero. Very impressive. Stitch has got some playtime. He was very happy about it. Now we're heading into Battlefield of Eternity, and the first thing that happens is that Zarya gets banned. Now, just again, we have now in total 4 more heroes banned compared to qualifier number 5. So despite the fact that we're still looking at best of 3s now, there's 4 more heroes removed, and those are heroes that were played a lot. And Nubarak, for example, got banned as well. Muradin got banned. Rhaegar got banned, and I believe the last one was Medivh. So particularly the tank role is feeling a little bit thin. You can always play some of those side laners in the main tank position as well to make up for it, but let me tell you, it is going to get rough for some of the teams. Sylvanas, obviously, I mean, she is going to be more or less a perma-ban. If a team is really willing to go and not ban Sylvanas out, I would personally be surprised, but let's see, maybe later on different maps, and we were heading into, I don't know, game number 5 or whatever, there's going to be other priorities, but at least for now, Sylvanas is just a lock in a ban position. Lunara, she also get the axe. Uther is banned out too. Uther obviously can also double as a tank. Let's not forget about that either. If you want to have a frontliner, you can play Uther as a main tank. Now, our first pick, this time for Team Ash. So the Enjoyers actually went and picked the map. Didn't go for first pick, first ban. They went and picked the map. They want to play here. They want to play more team fights, as it seems. And we have Morenas on Thrall. It makes perfect sense to me, by the way, that the Enjoyers want to team fight more. Because, again, they are the Storm League Enjoyers. They're thriving on chaos. I threw that theory already out once when I said that usually they're doing much better in game number 2 and game number 3. Because it just resembles Storm League a lot more. So, here's Alarak and there's ETC. Power Slide into Alarak combos. Alright. I see what they're doing here. Stacking Alarak can also lead to some insane late game damage. So that's the next one. And in the meantime, we have on the blue team's side... I love how everybody's now really just like, what can we pick? What makes sense here? Like, everybody's now debating. Nobody's going for these quick picks anymore. At least that's what it feels like. Blue team, after they initially started with Thrall, they now have Deckard Cain, and we get Greymane. He's obviously still a fantastic damage dealer. I am very surprised that Greymane didn't get banned out, by the way. All these bans were voted on by the community. Greymane not being addressed surprised me a little bit. I really thought that people would try and get rid of him too. Deckard Cain, definitely nice for zoning later on. Thrall could also get really interesting here depending on how they want to play him. I mean, technically you can play him with Trash Lightning if you are playing a triple frontline. If they're going to do that or not, time will tell. Deathwing gets banned. Another side laner that can technically be played as a main tank. We've seen that from Nick in particular. So it's something that you can do. I'm not saying it's like the best variation of it. But depending on the map, depending on the team compositions, that could also be something that the teams are going to try out as we're heading deeper into the playoffs. I don't think that's necessarily a play that we'll see in the first round when we still have best of 3s. But here comes our last ban. Mei is getting axed, so yep, the Frost Lady is out. And what are the Enjoyers going to do? Keep in mind, they got to win 2 in a row now. If they don't win 2 games in a row, they are in the loser's bracket. So they would get closer to elimination. They want to at least force game number 3 to give them a chance to move on to the next round of the tournament. And they had some really epic comebacks in the qualifiers. They were one of the teams that did extremely well in some of them, and I was all here for it. Now we have Imperius and we have Auriel, so the question is already who's going to be the side laner for them. Is Alarak going to join the 4-man? Are they going to use ETC on the side lane with Stage Dive later on? Will it be Imperius instead, at least initially? So they have a couple of options and a very, very beefy frontline with CC that they can stack. Auriel also for some good heals whenever they're grouping up. And Suljin has, interestingly enough, not been banned yet. That's honestly kind of weird to me. Suljin has been played over and over again on Battlefield of Eternity, and the fact that he has not been played picked at all, this is a perfect draft for Suljin now. We got Sonya and we have Arthur as the final 2 picks for Team Ash, so roughly as expected. But particularly with Oriel now in the mix and with this front line, Suljin would be a super cool pick for them. Just get the stacks going, survive for later on, stack Alarak as well. Late game is yours. So, yeah. It's Kel'Thas. Alright, Kel'Thas instead. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. We have Kel'Thas against the melee comp of Team Ash instead of Suljin, who could stack for late game. BOE, game number 2. Let's go, everybody. Let's see which team takes victory on our second map of the series. Prepare yourself for battle. Match point number 1 for Team Ash. Over on the left, we get Morenas on Greymane, Shizakid on Arthurs, we have Lopaka on Sonya, Renella on Deckard Kane, and Bishops is playing Thrall in game number 2. Team Ash, the new iteration actually means avoid same heroes, so perfect for Meta Madness, but Team Ash has gone through so many different iterations over the past couple of years. It's always interesting what they come up with. Trash Lightning is in the house, by the way. I'm a fan. On the right side, Lavakal with Oriel, Ether on ETC, Arion on Alarak, Alvaros on Kel'Thas, and Itrax is playing Imperius in game number 2. I love when we have Trash Lightning. This is one of the few maps where we're actually going to see Trash Lightning as a choice, and even here you don't see it all the time. Trolling Thunder is just so damn good that most teams will go for that instead. But let's see how much damage Bishops can do as the game continues. And of course we have similar questions also for Alarak, who could stack it up here. Yeah, Thrall already getting a few more hits in, and they get a kill! Nice! Imperius is dead already! So, he gets isolated first and targeted, and a bit of focus fire leads to a kill on the side of Team Ash. Ah, Bishops, no! What is this mount, dude? What is this mount? No! Not that lizard. That thing is just ugly. Totally fugly. Dude, like what? Don't you have like an epic mount? Something unique maybe? Very rare, unique and epic? No? It's a shame. Because it would look so much better than the shitty mount that you're using. It's like, that's just not cool. Fight for the camp on the other hand. And Greymane gets burned down. And they're going for a second kill. Or at least they're trying to. Yep, there's a quick hit. Follow up from Kel'Thas. And Shizakid is dead. Nicely done. That's obviously the beauty when you have such a heavy melee lineup like the Enjoyers do. You can really just rely on your CC. And then in addition to that, you have Kel'Thas following this up with the Gravity Lapse. So the CC train that we're seeing from the Enjoyers is pretty rough. It's pretty bonkers. Also, by the way, talking about things that are a little bit bonkers, yeah, look at the stacks that we're seeing. Nice. Oh, I was about to say nice heal, and then he still got killed. But look at the stacks for just a second that we're seeing for Thrall. Thrall is at 10 stacks already. We're 2 minutes in. Yeah. Them killing Imperius again is a nice first step, but obviously the Enjoyers have done way better now at the bottom of the map. They got 3 kills, they have level 4, half a level ahead, and they've destroyed the wall. So this is looking really, really good for the Enjoyers, at least initially. But the speed that Thrall currently has to get his stacks together is honestly concerning me a bit. Thrall, with this particular talent, can be insane in the late game. Once, obviously you're stacking your damage up as you continue to get additional stacks. But the talent itself, the poke that you get after you complete it, after you're fully done, is totally insane. You can literally just sit there and you will maximize your damage output against an opponent no matter what you hit first. You can just like hit a minion, you can hit a structure. It doesn't really matter. The bounces alone, they're going to wreck everything in their path. And I am very worried that the Enjoyers might have a tough time in the late game if Thrall is able to maintain that stacking process in any way, shape or form. Because currently he's crushing it. They're also crushing Imperius time and time again. I mean, Imperius is having a tough game. As you could already see, he died 3 times, so all of the kills against the Enjoyers are against Imperius currently. Now, with that being done, said and done, we now have the first objective already on the map. Thrall also going into his level 4 talent, as usual with the Frostwolf pack here, so we'll see how quickly he can complete that. There's a lot of very heavy melee for Team Ash, and there's a lot of counterplay that we have with the stuns, with the combos from Alarak, who's stacking his negatively charged now. There's of course Kelthas to consider as well. But it could be a wild game, an absolutely wild game here. Halftime show nearly identical. If anything, then the blue team is slightly ahead, but not by much, and they're still poking this here. So yeah, Thrall gets another stack out, is now sitting at 12. Misses the Wolf though, so that resets his level 4. That's a little bit annoying from his perspective. In the meantime, we have also the attempt of Alarak to get more stacks together, and particularly here in the choke points, he could really get some good numbers. ETC likely going to go stage dive now that he locked in the Echo Paddle as his level 7 choice. So stage dive is the... Ooh, Greymane. Yeah, gets hit again and killed, and now they go for Renella. Might get another one here too. 15 stacks though for Bishops, and he has 3 stacks on his level 4 talent. So... there's a lot of different dynamics going on right now. Bishops stacking this quickly is a problem, or it could be a problem for the Enjoyers. I mean, first of all, it already leads to him being the top damage dealer for the blue team. So that's already the first thing. He's at 13,000 damage. They also were able to win the first objective despite the fact that they lost multiple heroes here. It's just how quickly they burned it down at the beginning. Kelthas is top damage in this game currently with 14,400. He's still working on his own stacks with his level 1 talent, trying to get Mana Addict completed so that he has an opportunity to, you know, survive through some of these fights after particularly level 10 when heroic abilities are there. Yeah, nice catch on Thrall, but he's still alive. Still able to survive through this. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here for just a second. And of course they're busting through that gate like it's nothing. Moving in again. And look at Thrall. 18 stacks! Bishops, you're not supposed to complete it this quickly. This is supposed to last a lot longer. Like, what are you doing, dude? Missing at least the Wolves, so his level 4 talent is not going to get completed. But he's now at 19 stacks. Guys, his damage output is going to get bananas. Yes, they're losing heroes here. Yes, they're falling a little bit behind. But the problem is still that Bishops, once that he completes this, can really help the team to soften up targets so that they can get kills. On the other hand, you have Alarak. Alarak with 13 stacks now, he is the big hope for the late game on the side of the Enjoyers. If he is able to get there, then... yes, that would be another huge asset to have for the red team, where they could counteract a lot of the damage that Thrall will dish out. But this is going to get really interesting. Cube Mastery as a level 7 choice now, level 10 is in, and no stage dive. No, he went for Mosh Pit. Despite his level 7 choice, we're seeing Mosh Pit now. Interrupts are, of course, there. Quite a few of them, too. And they're catching Thrall. Yeah, this time he moved out a bit too far in order to get his Chain Lightning connected. So that's a kill. Thrall is gone. With level 10 available for the Enjoyers, that was just not something that they could do here. So, yeah. At this point, we're now looking at 100 Sadism, 16 stacks on the level 4 talent for Alarak. And as level 10 is about to kick in for Team Ash, the next Immortal is spawning. So heroic abilities for both teams as we're going into the next fight. The old man is telling stories again. Stay a while and listen. We get Sundering, the Army of the Dead. We've actually seen a lot more Syndragosa lately than Army of the Dead, which is already funny to begin with. And Leap for Sonya. So she can jump in and do her thing. And, well, in the meantime, let's check the damage. 18,000 for Thrall. He's battling it out with Kelthas for top damage in the game at this point. So, yep, Greymane, of course, still a huge force to be reckoned with when it comes to immortal damage, and he's just chunking the hit points down like there's no tomorrow. Hit after hit, Worgen form is brutal here. He's one of the best damage dealers that is still available in this Meta Madness playoff event for immortal damage, and they are taking absolute advantage of it. Sundering is in. Nice hits, and there's the Mosh Pit, baby. Ooh, Deckard Cain busting out some moves here. I like it. So, yep, Thrall is moving in again. Aegis saves the day for a second, but maybe they can still get the kill. And instead, it's a massive gravity lapse. It's a trap. They tried to follow up, and all of a sudden, they all fell into Kelthas' trap. The gravity lapse murdering them. Absolutely murdering them. And this looks like it is the first objective for the Enjoyers. Now, Bishops is still trying to get some hits together, and does. Misses the Wolf, resets his level 4 stacks, But he is at 25 on his level 1. Make it 26. Guys, this is insanity. We are not even 10 minutes into the game and he is nearly done with the quest. That's ridiculous. Yeah, they go for Lavakal and they get the kill. Stay a while and get wrecked. Yeah, that's Oriel gone. That's Greymane gone. Wolf connects, another hit, and holy cow. Bishop's hit. Oh, big hit, big play, and big kill. Alarak gone just as they have to deal with the Immortal. They are a level behind, so that's a problem. But taking Alarak down here was obviously huge. So, looking at the damage. Yep, Thrall has taken over. The War Chief. Green Jesus, everybody. I still have no idea why he's actually called Green Jesus. Wouldn't Green Moses make a lot more sense? He is parting the enemy waves. He's parting the sea that is the opponent's team with a sundering. It's like a World of Warcraft thing, so like I really don't get it. Not a game that I played, so yeah. But yeah, Green Jesus is at 29,000 damage now, thanks to the stacking progress. Alarak is second highest damage in the game with the 26k. He's obviously trying to go for some pretty respectable numbers there as well. Not quite sure if anybody dropped here or if they just have some issues with voice or keyboards, but Itrex was pausing the game at this point. Now, just to give you guys another quick look, we have 27 stacks. Once that he hits the 30, not only is he going to rely on even more damage with this, but we also have the bounces targeting heroes directly, prioritizing them. And this is where the real poke comes out. This is when Thrall can stay at a safer distance and just soften up the targets on the other side super easily. And when he gets the synergy with, let's say, his level 16 talent, for example, it's a little bit questionable on what exactly he's going for. He could go for a full Chain Lightning focus with that 16 talent. It depends a bit on whether he completes his level 4 or not, since Alpha Wolf is obviously another fantastic choice against an opponent that is running that many melee heroes. But yes, we're definitely going to keep an eye on Thrall and how much of an impact he can have here. Now, the other hero to focus on is, of course, Alarak. And Alarak is... I mean, again, he's currently in this pickle where he just got killed, so he lost his sadism stack. He's back to 80. He at least has the 22 stacks here with negatively charged, and that can help him a lot to get numbers out as the game continues. But if he doesn't get the sadism to boot, then it is going to get a bit more tricky. When it comes to stacking, I talked also about Mana Addict for Kalthas a bit earlier, and he's sitting at 19, so he's nearly done with it. If he just grabs the globe up here at the top, then he's going to be done. So a little bit more sustain now for Alvaros, for Kalthas. But yep, here come the hits. Slide is in, Ether has Mosh Pit available, hasn't used it. Oh, Deckard Kane! Story time again from the old man. They go for ETC, and he's gone. ETC there is destroyed. So there's another hit, making it 28. Unless Alarak starts killing it, I think Bishops is gonna rip them a new one. I honestly think that's what's gonna happen here. If Alarak does not crush it, Bishops should be able to poke them into oblivion as the game continues. Army is being used. Sonya's down at the bottom of the map, by the way. So she's going for the fort, and she's also going to be able to destroy it. Oh, and they're destroying Thrall. Yeah, that's a good way to stop him from stacking. It was actually nicely done. But Sonya did everything that she needed to do down at the bottom of the map. So able to take this down. We have now one fort destroyed on each side. Up here at the top, they're still trying to push a bit more aggressively for this. Sonya has a lot of wiggle room down at the bottom of the map. Nobody gives a shit about her. Everybody's just sitting there. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Sonya. She's just like sitting there and she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing. Immortal position is a bit unfortunate for Thrall. He would have been able to do some damage here, but not quite. Now the attacks, they are coming again. Okay. They're starting to move in here. Mosh Pit. Let him dance, baby. Let him dance. But ETC is in trouble and might fall. Yep, gets hit by the Howling Blast. Aegis saves the day for now. But he's still... Oh, he gets a heal and gets out before Thrall can close the distance. Yeah, Thrall is about to be done. One more hit, one more Chain Lightning. It doesn't connect it here. Could connect the next one. They go for Lavakal and goodbye Oriel. The healer gone. That's always bad news. If your support bites the dust, then you know that you're going to be in real trouble for the next fight and the next battle. And Thrall is done. 12 minutes and he is done with his quest. Insane. Now, look at his damage output. He's at 39,000. He's top damage in the game. I expect that from here on out, his damage is just going to absolutely get crushed. Like, he is going to pull ahead out of everyone. The only hero that I can see catching up with Thrall is honestly Alarak if he gets decent stacks. If he gets good sadism, good level 4 stacks, then Alarak definitely has the potential to get there. But right now, the hero that should walk away with huge damage numbers is Bishops and Thrall. So we still haven't seen him complete his level 4. That's a bit of a caveat, of course. We'll see if he now plays it safe with his wolves, so if he just keeps YOLOing them out here. But either way, he should be getting huge amounts of damage now. Barely ahead. Like, the gap is 5,000, 4,000 in damage compared to Khaldor's. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. Level 16 any moment, and then also we're going to have an answer to whether or not he goes for full Chain Lightning build, and yes, indeed he does. Thunderstorm is in. Goes for Thunderstorm here. Misses... actually connects the Wolf. Connects the Wolf. Is sitting at 4. Sundering. And... Yep, there's the Aegis. And it's just going to result in... Oh, is he actually going to get out? Yeah, no, the answer is no. So he dies. Thrall with 5 stacks now. He's nearly done with the quest, but they're taking down Imperius. They're taking down Alarak. It's a quick and easy double kill. And Thrall is now at 46,000 damage already. He got 7,000 damage since the last time we checked. Since this fight started. 7,000. It's kind of ridiculous. That top keep is going to fall 100%. They're setting a trap up at the bottom of the map as they're hoping to destroy this too. But yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's bonkers, honestly. It's bananas. Like, the Wolf, the quest completed. More damage from Thrall as the Chain Lightning keeps popping in. He's getting a bit more damage done thanks to his level 16 talent now as well. They are both on the same talent. The red team is desperately trying to defend here. Again, keep in mind, if they lose this map, they are in the loser's bracket. They're not out of the tournament yet, but they will drop down into the lower bracket. Thrall is absolutely wrecking it. Sundering, another hit. Arthur's with the kill. Bishops completes the level 16 quest for now. So even more of a power spike for him, and it gets reflected in the damage output. 55,000. So in the last 3 minutes, he did get 16,000 damage. 17,000 damage. In the last 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes, actually. He completed his quest at 12 minutes and 30, I believe. 12 minutes and 20. So, yes, 2.5 minutes, and he got 16,000 damage. Look how heavily he pulled ahead of Khaldor's, for example. It's just bananas. It's crazy. And it's all because of completed Crash Lightning. Totally nuts. It's time for Alarak to step it up. I've been telling you this from the start. Alarak needs to step it up. The problem is he also dies. He died early at the top lane when they were pushing for the keep. Now it's 11 kills to 11, so we have 22 kills already. And Alarak needs more stacks. He needs more sadism. And it's just not coming together. There's the party. Yeah, maybe a kill now. And yes, they get Greymane. Greymane gets murdered. Nicely done. Army of the Dead got used too. Sonya is still looking to see if they can maybe... Oh, yeah, that would be a good leap. There's no follow-up, though. But they all clustered up on the same spot. Yeah, they're trying to rush away here. Thrall can poke them a little bit, but it's not going to help them. Deckard Cain dies regardless. And now they're going for Arthur's. This is the way how the Enjoyers are coming back into the game. This is the way. Right here. 14 kills to 11. We got catapults on the core, by the way. So this could actually do a little bit of damage if nobody deals with it. But they're trying to go for the objective. ETC is realizing that there's a real threat on the core. So he's going back to deal with this. I don't think that the core necessarily is going to take actual damage, but the shield is nearly removed. ETC taking care of it. And the rest of the team is moving towards the top to get the Immortal. So, yep. Nicely done. Down to the bottom of the map. What do we have in the meantime? We currently have level 20 talents kicking in just a moment. So that's the next one. Thrall can crush it even more, but Thrall alone is not going to win them a game. It's nice that he has a good damage output, but if they're losing their heroes, then this is not going to help them. So the Enjoyers are going to get a pretty massive Immortal. We are late game now. We're 17 minutes in. This Immortal is going to crush. It's going to absolutely crush. 14 kills to 11. Level 20 on both sides. Immortal with a massive shield for the top lane and the keep there. So Thrall is now gone into Blink. We're getting the anti-magic shell. And at this point, the push through the top lane in an attempt to take the keep. And I think they're going to try for core here. There's a very good chance that they're going to try and snowball this towards the core. And I'm not so sure if I'm happy with the positioning of Thrall. He's the one that can poke from a distance. He's the one that can make the play. They want to go for a Sundering flank. I don't know if that's the greatest idea that they had today. Poking this down and playing it slow is an option, and they decided against it. So right now, they can definitely play with Sundering, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. So he's coming in, Sundering is out, goes for, Oriel in the back and then runs away immediately. He could have poked so much. Thrall could have poked from start to finish here and he didn't. Now he gets a little bit more damage out, but they need to make sure that he doesn't die because he's their main damage source now. The keep is definitely going to fall, but they're getting kills. Alarak and Oriel, both dead. Nice catch from ETC, but there's no damage, and he is going to fall. Ether is going to go down here, and that is the third kill. The bottom keep has now fallen on the blue team side. All they got to do is defend the Immortal, and they're going to be fine, but the core will take some damage. So, yes, over here, the keep has been destroyed. Only the core is still in play. Half the team is already moving over. The rest is defending here. 62% on the core, just as they are able to take it down. 30 kills nearly in total. And at the bottom of the map, they're now moving in an attempt to take the core on. So, this is the chance to end the game, to end the series, to move on to the winner bracket semi-final. Team Ash on their way to victory. Unless, of course, they're losing heroes now, but they're jumping in and they're taking Khaldor apart. Khaldor is gone, Greymane is still alive, they're going for Imperius, he gets away, but the core is saved. Didn't even take damage. Didn't even take damage. So yeah, they gotta head out. Even have to use their ult. Taking Alarak out. Reset, of course, his sadism again. But they haven't won the game yet. Yeah. And now, 62% against 100. Obviously, the red team doesn't have keep anymore. So catapults are now going to become a real problem for them. But then again, to be fair, at the top lane, the blue team doesn't have a keep either. So, there's that. Now, in the meantime, we have a few camps that could technically be taken, as the teams are starting to make their moves for it. But yeah, down to the bottom of the map. There's, of course, the next play being done. In the meantime, at the top side, yeah, the attacks are still coming, so they're moving in here for the camp, and they're taking it. And let's see what else they can actually do, because now with the camp at the top lane, they created a bit of an imbalance in their favor. I don't think they can grab this one again. 34 seconds. Maybe in the halftime show they can try and get some extra pressure at the bottom of the map. Here is really a moment for particularly Greymane to show his teeth and claws. Both of them. Kind of needs to. So they are winning the halftime show. That's the first thing that they're able to pull off. The interesting part to me is also that Alarak is now starting to get some stacks together. He's sitting at 40 on his level 4 talent. Now, obviously, his damage is starting to ramp up. It's nothing crazy yet, but it will improve. Khaldor has been sent towards the top lane to deal with the catapults. They cannot allow any of them to get onto the core, but this triggers more or less immediately an attack. Now, what's also noteworthy, you probably already saw it in the last fight, is that Sonya actually went into Crater. So she went into Crater with a level 20 talent. And yeah, it's kind of wild. But again, we have 31 kills. Camp is being taken. They're still trying to defend here, and this camp is a problem now. Camp and catapults at the bot lane, this is the real threat. And at the top of the map, we're now also getting a catapult pushing in. So yes, they're in real trouble. They definitely are. They need kills. The Enjoyers need kills, and they need them quickly. They can't play the long game. And Thrall is, of course, also poking them down. So that's the next problem that they're facing here. Thrall is going to continue to poke them down. One hit after another. That's all that he has to do. Stay away, play it slow. Already we have heroes trying to deal with the bot lane, and that will trigger an attack. Kel'Thas showing here allows them to go for Oriel. Yeah, for Imperius actually. ETC gets stopped as he tries to go for a party moment, but they're already getting chased away. Howling Blast is in, and ETC is dead. No, he's not! He's getting saved, and they kill Thralldown. What the fuck just happened? What? How? How did that happen? Are you kidding me? Are they losing this? Catapults on the core any second right now. ETC did not hit anybody with the mosh pit, was just trying to slide out. Now Arthas is dead. The core is getting attacked though. Catapults are coming in too. Oh, holy hell. Check this out. This is how this initially happened. ETC sliding out, but the stun into the wall against Thrall, and then he gets killed. They're about to get him back, but that is big. That is a big kill. Saving ETC and taking Thrall down is huge. Now, Greymane could, of course, try and get onto the opponent's core. They really got to think about how they are going to play this now. Are they going to defend against the small shield that exists there? Are they going to try and backdoor, or what's the play? Thrall will be back. Arthas will be back too. Catapults need to be prevented from reaching the core, and they still got to keep down there. They still can play this out. If they lose the keep, that's fine. But damn, this game is going down to the wire. Oh, that is big. That is really big. Whoa. Okay, that just flipped everything on its head. 81,000 damage now for Kel'Thas. He's top damage in the game. This is not a big Immortal. This is definitely not a big one. He needs to stay away from those stuns. He needs to stay away from ETC. Poke this down slowly. Yeah, Sonya sitting at the side, but she has leap and can use it. Sundering. Whoa! Hitting 2. Spin to win, baby. Spin to win. And ETC is dead. So is Alarok. The play has been made. Deckard Cain, that might save them the game for now. No healer for them. But Atrax falls, and now it might be time to die. That's the game that potentially won them the map. Sundering into a leap from Sonya, and then they could go for the team. Arthas is low and gets chased, but has the death coil still available. They're dealing with the Immortal. Arthas barely surviving as he eats another flame strike. But look at Bishops padding his stacks and he's moving in. Oh, another hit, another leap, and another kill. Oriel is gone, and now it's 19 kills to 19 as they are going for the core. What a sick city game. Kel'Thas has nearly hit the 100,000 damage. They're even going for the camp right now. The problem is that ETC and Alarok are back in just a second, and Imperius too, so they can't even go for the core. They can't even go for the core right now. It's crazy. They don't know if they can finish it, so they're just sitting there stealing camps away instead. They still have this down at the bottom of the map. Ridiculous, by the way, the amount of hit points. But going for the core right now against this lineup might not win them the game. They had a problem that Deckard Cain was the one killed. So, yeah, it's wild. They're trying to make another play with a crater with Sundering, and they get everything in, but it is Sonya that dies. Sonya is dead, and Imperius gets away. What is happening here? What is this game? This is ridiculous. This is crazy. They were going for Imperius, and he popped his ult and survived the fight, and Sonya died. And now the Immortal is coming up. They can take a few more camps, of course, which will put additional pressure onto the red team's core. But the blue team is the one that only has 62% left. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It made sense to not go for the core, obviously, initially. But now losing Sonya is a problem. And no, what a combo. Goodbye, Greymane. Greymane is down. They're going to lose the game. The Enjoyers! I cannot believe it! I cannot believe it! The Enjoyers get the kills. Now it's 22 to 19, and they're coming in for the Immortal. This bot lane pressure would end the game, but of course they're going to retreat now. ETC has already halved back. It is insane. That's just crazy. ETC is dealing with this, and they now try to at least reduce the shield. But I mean, again, they could try and backdoor, I suppose. But this is just insanity. Absolute insanity. What a first match for the Meta Madness playoffs. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. We're in Battlefield of Eternity. We're now 28 minutes into the game. 28 minutes. Yeah, they go for the fight. They try everything they can. They know that they have to try and kill them, even though they only have 3 heroes. They need to slow them down at least. If they lose anybody here, it's probably lights out. And yes, Deckard Cain dies. A staggered death. ETC gets interrupted. There's catapults on the core now. But I don't think that they're going to lose the game there. The catapults are hitting hard, though. The catapults are hitting real hard. I mean, it's only 1 at this point, but it nearly chunked the entire shield down. So that was big. Down here, they're still looking for a fight. They gotta do something, even without their healer, even without a support. They're trying to do their best here. Sundering is in again. Whoa, what a leap! Against 3 heroes! 3 heroes get hit by the crate, and they still couldn't get the kill here. And Khaldor survives. Nearly killed by minions, by the way. Thrall is the one chasing them away. Thrall is the only survivor, and he's literally chasing them away because everybody is so low. It's insane. Finds ETC. If he would have found anybody else, he could have killed them. Everybody was insanely low. But, yep, Bishops, if he... Oh, God, they could have killed so many heroes here. What is this? What is happening here? Can you imagine if they killed all 3 heroes that Sonya was able to hit with a crater? If they would have killed all 3 of them, this game might have ended in favor of the blue team, but I still don't believe in them. Simply because there's just too much happening right now. There's too many heroes that are still alive. They're trying to at least reduce the shield, but it's not going to be enough. There's no way to save the core here, is there? With 62% on it, I mean, how? It's not happening. You get some hits in, yeah, I mean, he's baiting them, but he's going to die. The game is over. The Immortal is going to end the game. If Thrall survives, honestly, it doesn't make a difference anymore. Thrall surviving doesn't make a difference. They need to get kills, and they need to get them quickly before the Immortal arrives on the core, or it's going to be game one way or another, and this is just not happening. So it is absolutely crazy. ETC, yes, they're getting a kill here, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think the Immortal is too strong. Greyman is going to do his best. They're slowing them down as best as they can here, but this bad boy, with maybe with 100% on the core remaining, maybe with that, but here, I don't know how, honestly. They're going to try their best, obviously. Arthur's in the back is trying to slow them down, and they're crushing the Immortal as quickly as they can. But just look at how much damage this bad boy does. Guys, we're 30 minutes into this game. The Immortal chunks down 10% with every single hit. It's a victory. It's a victory for the enjoyers. We're going to game number 3. We're going to game number 3. What an insane series. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Amazing second game. Amazing second game. Insane back and forth. And honestly, the outcome was incredible. So yeah, here we are. Cursed Hollow is our final map in the series. We're going the distance on this one. That means that there's now 20 heroes that cannot be picked anymore because they were already played. And at the same time, there's 22 heroes that are banned for the entire tournament, for the playoffs. 42 heroes are out now. And this is the best of 3 series. As promised before, after the first round in the winner bracket and the first round in the losers bracket, we have only best of 5s. You can imagine how quickly things are gonna get crazy here. But now that we're heading into Cursed Hollow, it will already be an interesting experience, even in a best of 3. We have Whitemane banned out. And let's see what else we're getting. Uther banned. Yeah, again, Uther can obviously still double as main tank. So that's pretty nice. This is one of the reasons why he's also getting banned out here. But the next thing is that I want to see what's happening with healers now. Because technically you could try and get rid of a lot of the strong ones. I mean, Morales is still up, Lily is still up, so there's still choices to be made here. But you could already start to threaten this a bit. Just imagine one team starting things off with a double healer pick, for example, and banning everything else out. So there are some crazy things. I personally, I always theorize that in my personal opinion, if you are a team that is kind of the underdog, right? You are the underdog, you're going into Meta Madness, and you're like, I'm not quite sure what we can do here. Throw the first map. Throw map number 1 and just pick heroes from one role. For example, pick just 5 supports. Not because you think you can win with a 5 support team. I mean, maybe you can. But because you're trying to remove all of them for the rest of the games. If you do that, all of a sudden every single game is chaos. And I have not seen a team use that yet. Nobody wants to just like throw one map away to let chaos reign in the remainder of the series. So it's always a little bit surprising there for me that nobody has attempted that yet. Sylvanas is actually making it through the draft. That is wild. And we get Abathur and Cassia now on the other side. I love that we have Abathur here. Absolutely love it. Abathur in this mix is going to be pretty epic. It's also one of the great things that Abathur is actually getting saved in most of these tournaments. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. I want the slug. We need some slug support here. So let Abathur, the king, reign.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh yeah. Malfurion and Rexa. So I am excited for this. Specifically because it's Cursed Hollow. Cursed Hollow is a pretty massive map as well. So you can play with a couple of heroes that are absolutely excelling, of course, in just like Globe is obviously in that sense not really available anymore, but technically you could still go, I don't know, for like in Illidan. Cho'Gall is being banned out now as well, so everybody is just playing this as best as they can. But yeah, lots of stuff that can still be played out by the teams, and you could go Illidan with Hunt. There's a couple of pseudo-globals available at the end of the day that you can try and use on a big map like this. You can also go into some more boss-heavy tools, like for example Tyrael with Sanctification if you're trying to force fights around the boss and win the game that way. There's still options, is essentially what I'm trying to say. And Illidan gets banned. Illidan with Abathur would have been amazing here. You could go Ragnaros. Lava Wave Ragnaros. If you're trying to control the macro game a bit, he is an option. Now that all the globals are gone, you could do that. Something I expect more in a best of 5. Game 4, Game 5. But again, 44 heroes are out in this one, so... Mal'Ganis for the front line, and we get the Panda. If you can't play Illidan with Abathur, then play Fat Illidan with Abathur. That's pretty much what we're seeing here. Illidan is banned, and they're like, okay, we don't get the slim version. We go into the obese variation. Get the Panda in the house. There's a little bit of healthy belly fat over here. And then put the slug on top of him, and he can just jump on them all day, every day, and Abathur dishes out damage. Deathwing for Alvaros and Itrax, the final pick. Asmodan! Yes! I really want to see them stack properly with Asmodan. I've been harping on this for so many times now, particularly when we're casting Division 7, the amateur leagues, that people need to stack with Asmodan. At least at the beginning of the game, properly help him to get his stacks together, and then afterwards you can leave him alone. But if you're going into an Orb of Annihilation build, you need to help him stack. And we get the Butcher! Yes! The Butcher is in the house! Game 3! It's game 3 and we get the Butcher already. Cursed Hollow, everybody. This is gonna be awesome. They didn't even go for healer. Abathur is the solo heal. And we see the Butcher. Fresh meat. Cursed Hollow, everybody. Let's go. It's time for meat. Fresh meat. The Butcher, played by Morenas. We get Renella on Abathur, Bishops on Cassia. Shizakid is playing Mal'Ganis, and we have Lopaka on Chen. It's awesome. I love this. This is going to be great. On the right side of the map, the Enjoyers with Lavakal on Malfurion. Who needs healers? You know, Team Ash looked at this and said like, hey, we have Abathur. Abathur is already a healer. We don't need anybody else. Morales, Lily, Karazim. Nah, don't need that shit. But Malfurion gets played for the enjoyers. In the meantime, we have Atrax on Asmodan. We get Ether on Rexa, Arion on Sylvanas, and Alvaros with a Deathwing. So, let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can pull off here. Again, what I want to see from the Asmodan team is I want to see them help the hero to stack a little bit in the early game. Just at the beginning. The first couple of waves, all you need. And there's all. This is exactly what I want to see. This is how you do this. There we go. Damage done. Look at this. It's a work of art. It's a beauty. This is how you stack with Asmodan. In the early game, these are the plays. They are getting interrupted here a little bit. That's fine. But he's already sitting at 20 stacks now. You do this a few times in the early game, and Asmodan is going to be so much more impactful as the game continues. These are the plays right there. Look at it. First damage is being done. They're taking some of these out a little bit. Bam, and zip. Moonfire, and he's at 32 stacks. Every single team that wants to play Asmodan and is currently playing Wood League or Plastic League, this is how you do it. Look at it. Check it out and mirror it. This is how you do it in the early game. You don't have to do this the entire game. You do that with the first couple of waves. Asmodan is going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to make it easier for him to stack all by himself, but this is exactly how you pull that off. Damage the minions, and then bam, Globe comes in, you kill the rest. Now he's sitting at 48 already. He's gonna have a much bigger impact than we've seen any Asmodan in this tournament have so far, because they know how to do it. Same time, we're keeping our eye obviously on the Butcher. I mean, if you're running around with a Butcher skin like this, then I hope that you know what you're doing. This would already terrify me, by the way. Morenas clearly knows how to play the hero. If you're investing into a skin like this, you know what's up. Chen, with the support of Abathur, is taking the camp here. Arion with Sylvanas can just not do anything about it. They need a little bit more. They can't just simply only rely on Sylvanas here to deal with it. And they're getting Deathwing in. And just in time. No, the cap is taken. No. Alvaros, awesome skin, by the way, is not able to get this done. But yeah, this is, oh god, I love this. It's such an awesome first match for the playoffs. Yeah, and look at him. He's already getting way more damage done with this. Way easier for them to push the top lane out. Butcher is, of course, stacking as well. He needs to play this super slow and safe. They're trying to farm Misha a little bit as well. Not really working out for them yet. But as long as they're not losing the Butcher, it's fine. The problem is they might lose Shizakit now. Not yet. Oh, good job. Nice job by Mal'Ganis dodging out on this. So, 68 stacks for the Butcher. 52 stacks for our boy... sorry, 52 stacks for the Butcher and 82 for Asmodan. So, this is going to be a wild game. The Butcher is going to get stacked. The way this is going, the Butcher is going to get stacked. And then at the same time, I would assume that Asmodan is going to get his stacks together very quickly as well. That will allow them to get good damage out in team fights, particularly in choke points, of course. Oh, meat! Meat! So much meat! 79 stacks already for the Butcher. Deathwing is saying hello too. Asmodan is still using those choke point fights for a few more orb hits. And can get another one in just a second or two. But they're already trying to go in for another kill. I don't think they can take Asmodan out though. But yep, Chen is jumping out. It's going to be an interesting game. I mean, this game is going to be absolutely insane. We have later on, we literally are going to see a stacked Butcher with Abathur. And we have, in addition to that, also Chen with Abathur. So both of those can be terrifying. There is no support. Abathur is going to be the solo support for the blue team. So this is the only problem here. No! The Butcher gets killed! No! We're going for the vegan option. He's losing the stacks. Oh, yes. If you're up against Sylvanas, and of course, a death like that is going to come back to bite you in the ass. Because now they're pushing for the top and they're easily taking this top fort out. That's the big problem. Abathur has Mule, but that Mule doesn't do anything for you if you can't save the structure to begin with. So that hurt a lot. The first tribute was taken by Team Ash. Now they're hoping for another one. Could also try and go for Asmodon. out, and they get him. Azmodan is killed, and the Butcher gets the 20 stack. So he lost a few, but now he's back to business, and he's chasing again. But you can't stun out Deathwing, so yeah, a little bit unlucky here. They get the tribute though. 2 kills to 2. They get the tribute, and now they can go for the boss as well. The slug! No! Renella! Amethyr is gone, but I don't think they realize that the boss is currently being taken. I think they should sniff it out quickly. They're trying to check down here at the bottom, and now they're realizing that the boss at the top is being claimed. But while they are taking the boss, down at the bottom of the map, Sylvanas just says, okay, if you take boss, we are going for it now. 92 stacks still for Atrax, so obviously his progress slowed significantly after they had these team fights and he couldn't go for any minion waves any longer. But yeah, there's another quick hit coming by him, only connecting with 1. The bottom fort is now destroyed, so that's 2 forts that are already missing on the side of Team Ash. That is a problem. That is definitely a problem. They're coming in for Misha, and they're trying to get some additional stacks here. And this is honestly a bit of an issue. It's a really interesting counter pick against Rexxar, because now every time that they take Misha down, that's 20 stacks for the Butcher. And he's sitting at 110 already. So this could be problematic as this continues. It's actually really wild. I really want to see how much they can do by just taking Misha down a couple of times and farm this. But now Cassia is getting hit. The problem if you're playing without a support is you cannot allow for kills like this. Azmodan is, by the way, going for the demonic invasion, so they're just trying to take structures down. Meat! But you can't go in like this alone! You have to pick your battles a little bit better. So he loses another 20. Butcher is gone. Top keep, or top fort, by the way, has not been destroyed. The Panda went into triple Panda mode, and yeah. What a game! Cursed Hollow! It's so cool to just see them try and stack this all up. It's kind of nasty. The Butcher went way too YOLO in that last fight. They got so excited about the lamb to the slaughter there. But they couldn't really get too much out of it. The problem really for them is not only that Sylvanas is being played for additional structure pressure, but also that Azmodan has now gone into Demonic Invasion. If he gets close to a keep, they can really just drop his ult on those things and take it out. He's not really doing too well on this, so if he would have gone into Black Pool, that would have made it much easier for him to take these minion waves out. Now they're trying to go for another boss, but, well, Deathwing has already sniffed it out. At least Azmodan is going to come in here and is taking it. I'm not quite sure if they should stay with this, honestly. Might be better to just let this one slide. But even if they do, the fort in the middle is now getting destroyed. I like what the Enjoyers are doing. I told you in game number 1, by the way, the more that we're going into the late game in this series, into game number 2 or game number 3, the better they're going to do here. Simply because they are the Storm League Enjoyers. They thrive on chaos. They love this shit. This is what they play on the daily. This is what you're getting in Storm League. And they are thriving in that environment. 5 kills to 2. I love the counter plays that they're making. Simply every time that there's a push happening, every time that somebody is going for anything, they move in and try and take a fort out. Now, obviously, once that all of these forts are destroyed, this is going to make things a bit more difficult, because to push for a keep, you got to go real deep, and that's a problem. Then you might be forced into a fight that you don't want to take. Another boss is about to be taken. There's still the bot lane that they gotta defend too. The fort in the middle is now destroyed, so all the forts are gone. They haven't destroyed a single one yet, and all the forts of Team Ash is already eliminated. That's a problem. Now up at the top, they're of course losing Siege Giant Camp now as well. They're still trying to go for Deathwing here. The boss is pushing the bot lane out and might even be able to take a fort apart if nobody deals with him. But here comes the tribute, and this is actually going to be the 3rd tribute. So the Butcher is at the top and he gets his stacks there, but he's back to 109. So yeah, he lost out on a lot. Now that they're going into this fight at the top lane, they're also having a talent disadvantage, which is amazing for the Enjoyers. They have in this case now Saidea's Kiss for Azmodan. And the tribute position is a pretty decent one for the Enjoyers. So how are they going to play this one out? Deathwing dropping in low. Careful, my friend. Butcher with level 13 going straight into the Savage Charge. And we have Soma Transference. That is big. Soma Transference is really big for survivability for them right now, and they need it. They really do. Triple Panda is in. They go for Misha. Misha's gone. Can they get another kill? Asmodan is dead. Asmodan gets deaded, but Cassia is dead as well, and so is Mal'Ganis. Deathwing with the barbecue. They want to go for him, and they take him down. Morenas is low, though. And here comes the copy. The copy is in. They go for Malfurion, but they cannot get the kill. Or can they? They might be able to. Redella, he has no cooldown. They got so close, and now they're gonna get cursed. Now they're gonna get cursed. 134 stacks for the Butcher after he died. Guys, there were another 20 stacks for him at least lying around. He had more meat on the ground, but now they need to try and defend this. God, this is crazy. If the Butcher can get stacked at some point, then maybe. You can't charge like this, dude. They are the Storm League enjoyers, not you. You can't play like Storm League. You have an Abathur solo heal. You can't do that. They get a kill against Sylvanas. Meat, meat, more, so much meat. Yep, here's another 20, 157, and they get Asmodan as well. 177 stacks now. If they get Misha, they get even more meat. He's trying to go for the Panda. Lamb to the slaughter against Malfurion. And they kill him. 197, 198. He's dying. No, he's dead. Mal'Ganis is dead too. Top keep is falling. Bottom keep is falling. They're just brawling. They're brawling. It's just a massive brawl. Defending structures. Fuck it. We're not defending anything here. We don't need any structures. God. Oh God. Like. He's so close. Damage output 31,000 for Deathwing, 35,000 for Cassia. And the Butcher is lowest damage on his team. Oh my god. So, right now we have 7 kills to 13. Boss is taken up at the top. And with that, we now have 20 kills in total. 1 level ahead, and obviously they're going to go for core here. Their keep is already gone. They're going to try and end the game. So right now we have a situation in which, I mean, again, they're even going for the keep in the middle. Now they're trying to finish the Butcher, obviously. They try to finish the stacks, and he's at 200. He's at 200 right now. So good for him. But the problem still is, how do you... I mean, this they should be able to defend, right? 13 minutes in, I think, yeah, they can take this. 13 minutes in, it's just not strong enough, but it will result in them likely losing the keep in the middle, even if just Deathwing and Asmodan poke it down slowly, particularly now that they're even getting a kill on Mal'Ganis. So yes, the boss is not going to end the game here, but I'm not sure if the Butcher is really in a position where he can end it either. If he gets to level 20, then maybe they have a chance with the Slaughterhouse, but they lost every single keep, and the opponent hasn't lost a fort yet. The opponent hasn't lost a single fort yet, guys, and the core is losing hit points. They got not Asman, Abathur, of course. Abathur can heal the core, so that's not a problem. He can repair it. But yep, they somehow need to now take structures out. I want to say that you can still win this game, but I'm not so sure. They are going to curse them. That might change things a little bit. They can still curse them. So, and they go for boss. Boss plus curse. Like, I don't know if they can actually do that. But they are gonna try. They are definitely gonna try now. So here we go. Boss is taken. There's the curse. Butcher is at 230 stacks. My man is getting single target damage in that is out of this world. The curse is going to help them to defend the core a little bit. They will take some of the forts out. The question is just how many of them. But that they go to the bot lane makes me really suspicious. Do they really try and end the game here now? Misha is getting farmed for extra damage for the Butcher. I am not so sure if it's a great idea to try and go for game here. Because that's essentially what they're doing. They're trying to end the game. I'm not so sure if that's a great idea. And take all of the forts out and you might still have a chance. It's a small one, I agreed. But they're going for game. They're literally going for game. Curse and boss, and they're trying to end the game. Okay, let's go. I'm here for it. Another 25 seconds. I don't think that's enough. You can take a keep down. That's true. But the entire thing, I'm not so sure about it. Sylvanas, honey, what are you doing? Jumping in like that, okay. Missed the lamb to the slaughter as he was trying to catch her. Butcher! No! Butcher! And he's still surviving. Butcher is still alive for a little bit longer. That keep is going to fall, but their core is also going to get attacked in a second. So yep, they're already on the run. They're already running away here. They're re-engaging a little bit though, and the copy is out. The keep is falling, yep. But the fight, they gotta retreat. They gotta retreat. No, the panda is gone. The butcher, meat. 240 stacks for him, but they're losing the rest. They're losing the rest, and now they're on the run. But they took the bottom keep out, so at least that's good news. Level 20 gives us the Sin's Grasp. More meat for the butcher. They kill Misha again. If they get level 20, then they also got the slaughterhouse. So, yeah. Okay. He's actually going for it. Dude, don't commit Sudoku here. What is it? Not like this. You can't just go in against 4 heroes and imagine that you're gonna win this. What are you doing, bro? No. I mean, that's one way to get back to the Nexus. It was a calculated play. He wanted to get back to the Nexus, guys. So that's all that he wanted to do here. So by now, he needed mana. He needed mana, he needed hit points. Can they save the core? I don't really know. If they had Keck for the panda, then maybe. But Chen needs to ult it up now, and does. Yeah, alright. Here comes Mal'Ganis. Sylvanas is already low. Sylvanas is nearly dead. She needs to get away quickly. And obviously they have to kill the core, because he can always be repaired. Now they're coming in with the rest of the team. Butcher is back in 8 seconds. 8 seconds for the Butcher. What is happening here? Sylvanas is actually dead. Sylvanas is dead. Now they're chasing Malfurion. There's catapults on the top lane, though. I would worry about the catapults, boys. I know that you're looking for kills, but you should really deal with those catapults. You do understand this is gonna end the game, right? You get that. Alright, thank you. At least Bishops is watching the minimap. He has the minimap DLC. Minimap DLC is in the house. Asmodan is at 246 stacks, the Butcher is at 250. He's at 26,000 damage, but again, his damage is all... most of the damage is single target. They have to prevent them from getting a boss, though. Abathar is getting his nests up everywhere. Prevent them from getting a boss? Screw that. Getting a boss, that's where it's at. Oh, yeah. They are just going phase. Like, these guys know one direction. This is seriously, like... Attack, attack, attack. That, on the other hand, yeah, is at least a tribute. Boss is taken at the top. That's an 18-minute boss. So yes, obviously they're going to take the fort out. They're going for it again. Of course they are. Like, I'm actually a little bit stupid, honestly. I thought for a moment that they just want to take a fort out, but nope, they're going for the core again. Guys, these catapults are hitting too hard. You need to defend against them. Somebody needs to defend. They're leaving it up to the minions to def this. I'm not sure this is a great play. So yeah, next camp is getting attacked. They're just going for camps now. Camps and kills is what they're looking for. Boss is still defeated too quickly, but they're gonna get the camp here. Abathar is defending. They are still stacking. There's a tribute that they can take in a few seconds. 19 kills, 212. It's insanity. We have a Butcher with 250 stacks. Asmodan with 264. And they still haven't taken that tribute. They're just trying to slow things down here. There's 4 catapults at the bottom of the map. Abathar cannot defend this. The Butcher is obviously going to try and solo this. Like, why not? They're going for the core. They're going to end the game now. They're going for game! Yep, there's the ult from Asmodan, and this should be game. It's too much. I don't think they can do anything without Keck. Core is getting repaired. They're trying. 1 kill is in. It's not going to be enough. No, the damage is there. 1 kill, 2 kills, 16%, 7%. And this is game. The Enjoyers win the series and move on to the winner bracket semi-final.